This video is a showcase of the new Dark Coin Depths game that you can play if you hold a Dark Coin Champion NFT. So, to get to Dark Coin Depths, you go to the arena and then click on the depths. And what it will do, it'll load in your champions that you hold in your wallet. And from here, you can see the monsters that are in the game. So it shows these are monsters that you fight throughout the run. You could click on one and see the stats and the moves. And so what you can also do is you can click on the cards that are in the game. So these are different abilities that you can get for your champion throughout the run. And each one of these has different effects that they apply and are different types of moves. Some of them target all enemies, some target just one enemy. They're also buff moves. Um, so it kind of matches the moves that you can get for your champion in the armory. And you can see here the depths rewards. This shows you how much Dark Coin is in the Dark Coin Depths contract. And it'll show you the reward spread for if you complete the run, then you have a chance of earning these different rewards, which is a percentage of how much Dark Coin is held in the Dark Coin Depths contract. And as you play this game, you can also earn experience for your champion. So it'll show you that if you defeat regular encounters, you get one experience, elite encounters, you get two experience, and then you get 5 additional experience on completing the run. So before you can enter the game, you need a Dark Coin Champion NFT and you need to create a champion object in the Armory. There is another video that shows you more in detail how to create a champion in the Armory. But basically you use your champion traits, which are tokens themselves, to swap on and off your champion to create what you want your champion to look like. And different champion traits have different effects that they give your champion. And so with all that, you select different move types and you can kind of customize your champion build and then create that champion in the armory. And then once you create that champion object, you can play a number of games that are in the Dark Coin application. So these champions um, have a champion object created for them, and you can click on this view champion object if you want to see more detail of what the champion does. So you can see the effects that it applies, the different moves that it has. Moves have like power and accuracy, and so also these are the effects that you get from your traits that are equipped. And so I'm gonna pick one of my champions and enter the depths. So I'm gonna click enter the depths. And the cost of entering the depths is 1,000 Dark Coin per run that that champion has been on. So since this is the champion's first run, it's going to cost 1,000 Dark Coin that goes into the depths contract. So as people play the game, there'll be Dark Coin added to the contract, which will then boost the rewards. But then as people complete runs, they might get a percentage of the Dark Coin contract, um, the Dark Coin held in the contract, and so there's kind of like an ebb and flow of Dark Coin coming in and out of the contract. So what you do is you sign this fee transaction to join the depths with your champion. And if you've played the game Slay the Spire, this might seem kind of like a similar type of game where you have, so you can go to this champion breakdown and you can see some of the stats. And then each of the moves that your champion has are two cards in your deck. And so you automatically start with these moves that you can use throughout the run. And it'll also show you some of your runtime effects and effect potency stuff. And so at the beginning, when you start, you get to select an artifact and a card. And so you might want to figure out what build you're trying to go or what strategy you think might be the most effective. So I'm gonna just go straight damage, and you can also, yeah, so we'll go with this one. Then once you select those, you're taken to the map. And so this map will have different paths that lead to these different nodes. And then eventually, once you complete and get to the end, that will be a completed run, and you will get rewarded in a percentage of Dark Coin. So we'll try this top path. So regular encounters are just basic encounters with a monster from this type of world. So what happens is you have your deck and you draw two cards from your deck on each one of your turns, and then so it kind of limits the move that you can choose. Um, so it looks like I drew the card that I chose for my deck. So I'll do that. And so it has a little animation that is attached to the card. So it did damage and it applied this effect. And you can see if you scroll over here, you can see what the effect Doom does, and then based on the amount that's applied, how much it is affecting the monster. So it looks like it just got two of this Gore Cleave ability, so it hit and defeated the monster. And now since I defeated a basic encounter, I get to choose a new card. I could also skip the card if I don't want to add it to my deck. But you can see on this one it says targets all enemies, and I'm gonna choose that one because there's some encounters where you fight like multiple enemies, so that might be nice for those battles. But these quest nodes they have different options that you can choose, um, and it has success or failure, and it also shows what you need to succeed on it. So I'll try this one. Okay, so I didn't complete this one because I needed 68 or lower, and so it gave me kind of this more of a cursed artifact to add to my deck. So if you want to see kind of what's all attached to your champion, then um, you can see some of these artifacts and different passives, and then you can also see the cards that have been added to your deck as well and what they do. So we might kind of go down to this node. So at these rest stops, you can click them and they will heal some of your health. So I'll click that. You can also look at this encounter number and it shows you the scaling that the monsters have at this current encounter. And so the monsters have like a base number for their stats and effects and everything. So right now I have the difficulty scaled down quite a bit for showcase purposes because I wanted to be able to go through an entire run pretty easily for this showcase. But when the game gets released to the public, then the difficulty is going to go up. So there's a better balance between people completing and pulling out rewards from the devs contract and people failing and adding rewards to the devs contract. So we'll go to this quest node. So we might just do this one because you can't fail it. And it's a nice little bonus to strength and melee stuff. So these elite encounters are a little bit harder than just normal encounters, but you get more experience when you defeat them. So I'm gonna go for this move, which it tries to apply some doom to them. This character is kind of like a doom slash damage type character. This kind of applies quite a bit of doom. What happens is the cards that you choose from typically are cards that align with your character's build. So since this character has burn and doom, and I think it has strengthen as well. So you'll typically see those types of cards come up when you're choosing a card. So now that I defeated an elite monster, I get to upgrade a card. And if you upgrade a card that you have two of, then it will upgrade both of them that are in your deck. So I might just go for this one because it kind of has more damage. And then once you choose that, you have to choose um, an upgrade for it. So I kind of like this one because it has more power to it. We got another rest node. And then let's try this encounter. So in this run, it didn't look like I got any like multi-fight battles where there's multiple monsters that appeared. But sometimes battles can have up to 4 monsters that appear. If there is multiple monsters, though, typically they're going to be weaker. But sometimes it's helpful to have moves that attack multiple enemies if multiple enemies do appear. Yeah, it might seem like it's pretty easy, um, because I've reduced the difficulty quite a bit, but things things will be a lot harder when you guys try it. I'm also thinking about doing something where the game naturally scales. So if someone completes a run, then then the game might get harder, and then if someone fails, the game might get a little easier. So there's kind of like a natural balancing mechanism in the game. I'm also thinking about adding more layers or the ability to go further if you want. Maybe you can go further into the run and do more battles if you're feeling like your champion can go the distance. So now since that was the end of the run, it's gonna roll the Dark Coin reward and it'll grant you experience for the run. So you can claim the Dark Coin here or you can return and claim it here at the lobby screen. So you could click this claim your rewards, claim that, and now a little over 5,000 Dark Coin was just sent to my wallet. Some things I'm thinking about for the future too is making it so you can put NFTs in the contract. And so maybe there's a chance when you complete the run that you get a random NFT that's in the contract. So you're not just getting Dark Coin back. There's other assets that you could potentially win. But yeah, I mean this is kind of just in beta version right now, and there's gonna be some things that I'll need to clean up, I'm sure, as it gets tested out. Um, but I think it's at a good point to where the public can try it. And yeah, I'm excited to see what people think about it and different strategies people come up with. And so this is a little bit different than the arena fight simulator game that we had for Dark Coins. It's something that's a little bit more interactive. Um, and it can be a good way for you to earn experience for your champion to level them up so they can get additional skill points in their skill tree. But yeah, I think that's it for this showcase. So thanks for watching.